everyone, telling them all kinds of excuses. Oh, HBO is reorganizing, or oh, Netflix is in the middle of an audit, so the streaming services are late paying me. So, to buy some time, he types up these fake emails that are supposed to be from execs at HBO and Netflix. And these emails have HBO and Netflix apologizing for the late payments and that they'll get the payments out soon. And he shows these fake emails to the investors, and they believe him, and it satisfies everyone for a while. Then another year goes by, and Zack still hasn't paid his investors back. And at this point, all the investors are fed up and they're tired of the excuses. And some of them, they go and they file a lawsuit against Zack and his company. So then the lawyers involved have to subpoena Netflix for their financial records because Zack told them that this was all Netflix's fault. And they're like, hey, Zack says you owe him money and therefore he can't pay us. And Netflix is like, we have no record of ever doing business with this Zack guy or his company. And so the lawyers write back and they're like, what about all these licensing agreements you signed? And then they send Netflix the fake licensing agreements that Zack had given them that he typed up in Microsoft Word, along with all of the fake emails that Zack had fabricated. And Netflix looks at it and they're like, these are fraudulent, and this is a huge deal. And that is when everyone involved starts to piece all of this together, and they come to the conclusion that Zack is running a Ponzi scheme. And of course, everyone is pissed off and they're disgusted and they want to take Zack down. But no one is more pissed off and disgusted than his old college buddy, day trader Jake. Because Jake was the very first investor. And he feels bad because he's the one who got all of those other investors involved. So he has to go and contact all of those other investors and shamefully tell them he may have accidentally involved all of them in a con. And by sheer coincidence, I'm sure, it's right around that time that old Zack hits him up. And he sends him an email and he asks him for even more money. But at this point, day trader Jake has had enough and he contacts the FBI. And so then, boom, the FBI raids Zack's house and they arrest Zack, and I don't have a mugshot, but he's an actor, so I do have a headshot. So here's his headshot. And allegedly, the same day he got arrested, his wife Mallory files for divorce. Good for her. Meanwhile, Zack takes a plea deal and he gets sentenced to 20 years in prison for this Ponzi scheme. Plus, he has to pay back $230 million in restitution to all the people he defrauded. But on the bright side, I guess he is sort of famous now.